So, in this video is going to be talking about the mission pass for Japan and global and pointing at the differences. I already made some previous videos talking about it. The reason why I'm making this video is to be a bit more thorough about it, to show you guys various examples, to show it on video. And then not only that, this is to also support or be branched off from a future video where it's not going to go into a lot of details. This video is to do that, and that future video is to just briefly talk about that point. Because I am going to be doing a difference with mission pass and tier missions and all that jazz. So, first half is going to be global, second half is going to be for the Japanese PSO2, and you're going to hear my opinions here and there. I'm going to be talking about pros and cons as well. So, the thing is for the global, well, let me explain what the tier mission is first. You can look in the description for the time skip. I advise you to start with the global and don't skip exactly to the Japanese side, just hear everything out. But to explain what the tier mission is, the tier mission is a way so you can get a bunch of goodies. To find this tier missions, you go to the menu, you go to this icon over here, the globe icon, go to the second option, mission pass. Purple color or the purple boxes mean that this is free to play. The one in yellow is pretty much the gold tier, and you have to actually pay star gems or do some alternative means to unlock it. Now, two of these alternative means, if I am correct, if you want to correct me, put that in the comments. But one of them is through getting PSO2 membership. You can get this unlocked. They will most likely give you a ticket where you can use that and unlock it. Same can be said with the Xbox Gold Live membership. You get a perk off of that, and you can also get that unlocked. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the other way is to actually go to the shopping cart over here and go to Star Gym Shop, and click on Buy in Store, and then find the Mission Pass Gold ticket. Now, this will cost you 200 Star Gems. However, you can get back your 100 Star Gems if you complete most of the mission or the tier levels on your Mission Pass. If you don't do it, then you're not going to get, or you're going to be spending a bit more than usual. On the Japanese PSO2, it does cost 100 Star Gems, but over here on Global it costs 200, but you'll get 100 back if you actually do it. Another a way to open up the tier missions is if you open up the menu and you're playing on keyboard and mouse, hit shift twice and you will get to it. So, let me talk about the pros of this. This has certain items that used to be in the Japanese AC Scratch. And if you're familiar with the AC Scratch, it is the, items you gotta pay real life money for so you can try to pull for it. Now, you could most likely get some AC Scratch tickets because of X, Y, and Z, and you can use those to try to get them. But some of these parts, some of these outfits, some of these accessories were behind that AC Scratch. This one I can say was behind an AC Scratch, but they placed it in the Mission Pass. This is a plus side because guess what? This is like a free-to-play item you can get. There are some exceptions and some things I'll state here and there, but overall, if you are free-to-play, it doesn't matter if you're playing on global and or Japanese PSO2, you want to do these Mission Pass regardless so you can get all these various goodies, technical and cosmetics. But other than that, the other plus side is on the global side, especially you see a lot of free-to-play stuff that you can get compared to that of Japan. Other than that, that is pretty much it. Japan has a 3135, and in terms of the wars over here, it is big. The way they organize stuff in the Japanese PS2 is a bit big as well, and they don't really do several things that I'm gonna mention in a few seconds, aka the cons. Now, even though they put some items that used to be in the AC Scratch, they also put a good chunk of items that used to be in the Fun Scratch. I can point at this particular lobby action over here. No, not that one. This lobby action over here, 24, aka lobby action 417, final performance. Now, the thing is you can't sell this because it is in the Mission Pass. Over on the Japanese side, to get this lobby action, it is a Fun Scratch item. You can see over here, if I look at the history of all the lobby actions and where it came from, this one originated in the Fun Scratch that got kicked in on June 12, 2019. Now, because it might be off season, it may be expensive. I will show the fact that you can buy this thing. But most of the items that you are getting, and this goes to the next con of mine, is the fact that if you get a certain item from here, you cannot sell these. So if I take these items and I try to see a price tag on it, you will see that you cannot do that. There's also an icon for it. That blue icon means it is untradeable. You cannot trade this whatsoever. What I could do though, because I did get this, is use this ticket though to account lock it. That is a plus side. But other than that, yeah, like some of these you cannot sell, and some of these I know we're definitely into fun scratch. And I'll go further into that point later of why this kind of bugs me. So another thing is, let me point out something like this. Obviously, if you don't have a male cast character and you really don't care about the parts, then you'll go for group 2, and that will help you, especially if you don't have a lot of salon free passes. However, let's say you are playing on a male cast and you kind of want both of them. You can't really have that option to get both, and on the Japanese mission pass, you'll see that you can actually get a lot of goodies. There's still some choices you got to do, but that one allows you to get almost everything. This one kind of puts you in a sticky predicament of like, I gotta choose one or the other. And there's a couple of these down the line, especially when it comes to this cape one. I had to choose between the 45% and then the accessory. I really like this accessory. It was, once again, an AC scratch item, but I had to choose between these two. And the thing is, I did choose the 45 because, especially with how global is, it didn't really give you as many ways to get a bunch of 45s yet. They are handing them out. There are some titles for it, but it's not like the Japanese PSO2 where they do give you 45s in an indirect way. They might update this eventually, but for now, I decided to get a 45. I really wanted these capes, but the other problem is, even though you get this cape, it's not account locked, because when you get to 31-35, you do not see that as another selection. You see something else as a selection, like the horns, and then this piece over here. You got to choose one of these two anyways as well if you want to try to account lock. So you have to make choices, and I don't like that as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Japanese mission pass does the same thing, but it gives you almost everything, especially on the technical side as well. It gives you a free salon, and it gives you the stuff, the fashion accessories you can go for, or the fashion stuff that you may want. Although in terms of quality and like it being appealing, that can vary because, you know, it depends on if you like the certain outfit that they have and all that jazz. Another thing, the big thing that kind of annoys me is this motherfucker right here, the fucking boost. This is a regular boost item. Now, in the past, it was fine. However, nowadays, this is a piece of shit, because there are several abilities that can easily overwrite this and overpower it. Even a sentence ability can beat it. Even though this thing can focus on one stat, the thing is, nowadays, you want to focus on multiple stats. Sentence abilities focus on the attack. It gives you 20 attack. Not as high as this one. There's a difference. What is it? There's a difference of like 5 attack power. But the thing about the sentence abilities, it gives you PP as well. Gives you the energy you need so you can spam a bunch of photon actions. So this thing should go to the fucking trash. Or they should update this and change it out with the factor catalyst. It's the factor capsules, the ability capsules. And you'll see those once again when I go on the Japanese side. Another thing is, it's not as neatly organized. Like, you see that some of these allow you to get mission passes. I mean, the mission badge currency. What they could easily do is just shove the mission badge currency in one group, or at least in the same section where it's a bit cleaner and it kind of opens up more space where you can get more items. Another thing is, once again, pointing at the fun items that are in here, like this thing. Like, why didn't they leave the fun items as they are and put more AC items instead? Like, that would help you guys tremendously to just get more of the old stuff and kind of speed up the fashion stuff as well. Another thing I want to point out, these fucking tri-boosts, like, there's a lot of tri-boosts. A lot of regular tri-boosts, 100% and 150. They are good to have, don't get me wrong, it's just that they're not the better and upgraded version, like the EX ones. The EX are harder to acquire as a free-to-play, and if this is to help free-to-plays, why are they not giving that out? Not only that, why do they have this selection, X cubes? if you hit endgame, you can easily acquire X cubes by doing ultra hard on any sort of quest. And if you're able to get a lot of these, like you shouldn't be able to have this sort of option. Like, yes, it can help you be a bit more lazy about it, but this shouldn't be a thing. Like, swap that out with something else, like some more goodies. But yeah, another thing is it doesn't. What the fuck? Hold up, why does it show that? I just realized that. Do you guys not see what I see? Why does it show a rainbow key there? How many rainbow keys do you actually get? It looks like you only get one rainbow key? Are you serious? Now, that's also important, rainbow keys, because you can get a good chunk of it over on the Japanese mission pass compared to that of global. But I don't know if I actually got a rainbow key because of that. Did I? Why doesn't it show? What the fuck? That's messed up. It doesn't show it on here. They should have that show on here. Oh wait. Yeah, it doesn't show it when you click on it. That kind of bugs me. Because you really had to pay attention to that small pop-up before you click on it. Anyways. That's more of a little thing. But yeah, pretty much my thoughts about the global mission pass. Like, if you're free to play, go for it still, regardless of what I say. But there's pros and cons to these sort of approaches. And especially since you guys already hit endgame, why aren't they giving you better goodies? Why aren't they giving you EX boosters? A lot of them. Why aren't they giving you a lot of rainbow keys? There's only like one rainbow key you get throughout this entire thing compared to that of Japan where they get 3 of them. Why aren't you guys getting the Catalyst capsules, the Ether Cell capsule, the Omega Memorial capsules? Why aren't you getting EX boosters? It's like some of these rewards are okay for a bit, but having too many of it does get annoying. So they should be able to change this. Maybe they will, eventually. But the later they do this, the late it's going to be for people to take advantage of it. Especially if it's going to take 4 weeks to usually complete a mission pass. And you guys already got like several different seasons of this, but you still don't have some of this stuff that Japan is getting, especially in terms of the quality of these technical things. So yeah, that's why I had my opinions about them, and it kind of still rings true to today with how I view these things. And then once again, in my future video, I'll point out some other things that kind of bugged me too. But that is it for the global side. Let's swap over to the Japanese PSO2. So I'm on the Japanese PSO2 right now, and in terms of the certain stuff that I mentioned that was in the fun, I'm gonna say this, it is quite expensive because of the fact that this was back in 2019 and this is not on rotation, so low supply of it is going to equal a high cost. And if I show you guys this thing, it is 7 mil. There's an alternative to this, which is to go to the 2021 metal shop. You either go to Zai for now. She is going to disappear after this recording and once I upload it, or you go to the metal shop down there. And I'll mention a bit more about this later. But there's an alternative. Pretty much, if you can't get the Falling Act one, you want to get the free one, which is this thing over here. Pretty much, it's the Dead LA. I would do the other gender version of this, but because of this outfit, it will most likely reveal the panties, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, anyways, going back on topic, let me show you guys the cost and go into the mission pass for the Japanese side. If I click on Star Gym Shop and go over here to buy in store, and I go down here, you see there will be a gold item ticket. This is similar to that of the gold mission pass over there on the global PSO2. It costs 100 star gems over here. Over there, it costs 200. Now, once again, there are several ways to get that over there on global compared to that of Japan. Even though you have premium, they don't really give you a way to unlock this right off the bat. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it will cost 100 star gems. Now, you don't get a refund out of it. The mission pass does not give you star gems. However, there's a lot of easy ways to get star gems. You got the casino, you got the buster quest, you got battle points. Big thing is PSO2 ES and Idola. You can link your accounts, or you can have your Sega account, PSO2 account linked to those two games. And if you farm a good chunk of points over there in Idola especially, you can get 100 star gems every week. You just need to make sure that you get 12k points, and that's you playing the game. For PSO2 ES, every time you log in, you kind of build up on these star gems that you can obtain as well when you log in. Going back over here, going to the mission pass. Now, there's a giant difference. Now, obviously, you don't see as many fashion items. That is a con when it comes to the mission pass. But at the same time, most of this stuff that you have over there in Global is in the shop. Unless it is super rare and it is old. And the one lobby action I showed you, it was from 2019, and there's a good chunk of it still, but at the same time, it is pricey because of low supply. It's going to be a high demand, or it's going to be at a high cost. So, because of that, yeah, that's the thing. There's other lobby actions you can go for, especially with the 2021 shop. But the thing is, you don't see a lot of cosmetics. There's a good chunk of it, but if you look at these outfits specifically, you'll notice that it will have certain labels on them. Some of these are recolored of stuff that's already in the game. Big one would be this first outfit over here. You would see that it would say this thing over here, C in front of it. When it has a C in front of it, even though I can't read Japanese, it pretty much means that this is cast only. So you would want to get these certain outfits, these two ones, group 3 and group 4, if you have a cast character and you want to wear this particular costume. If you don't have a cast character, you would want to wear these two. Now, another flip side you got to consider, especially if you're playing on the Japanese PSO2 right now, is that there's no, restriction anymore, because even though you are cast, you can actually become a Newman and have all these different ears and stuff. Graphical update changed a lot of things, so even though they have these labels, you could most likely ignore it, but on the safe side, I would just stick to whatever you are in the first place. So I would most likely choose the cast part, just in case. However, you see there's a bunch of different booster types, EX ones. You see a Tri boost here. You see an EX rare drop rate boost, an EX XP boost. There's so many different types of boosters throughout this thing, and this will help you, especially if you're free to play, because guess what? This allows you to use as many boosters as you can. You're not stuck with a bunch of Tri boosts. You can use these EX boosters. And there's different grades, so if you want to try to focus on rare drop rate boost, you can use that. If you want to focus on an XP gain, you can use that. If you really want to just use all of the boosters, or get all of the boosters, then use the Tri boost. Not only that, they also separated the color pass and then the fashion or salon makeover pass. It's not mixed in with some of these technical things. There's only a couple of these things which you had to choose from, like this thing. This is sentence abilities, 20 attack, and then some PP. I think it's either plus 4 PP or something like that. But like, these would be good compared to that of the fucking regular melee shoot and tech boost that you guys have. Then also the big thing, and this is why I didn't even bitch about it the moment I saw this, was these things. Now, if you don't know what these are ad support items, also known as capsules. I would just call them pop items, because you literally pop them when you actually use them. So, these are big. Why? Because one, capsules tend to be at 100% unless you do something to them. Not only that, these capsules are mid-game ability ones. They can help you make an ether factor and or a mana rev. So, what are they specifically? This is a pop item, a capsule item for an ether soul. This one is for a factor catalyst. This one is for an omega memoria. This one is for a reverie catalyst. The moment you pop these and use them on whatever, you can use this on a weapon in a unit at whatever slot. But the moment you pop these, the moment you slap it on, it is a guaranteed 100%. After you do that though, it's not going to be at 100%. But these things are so good to the point where you can easily make an ether factor and or a mana rev. And guess what? Those can be used to either finalize your own stuff, or you can use this to try to make a guardian soul. Not only that, they don't give you X cubes over here. You don't see any sort of X cube icon. You see the X cube shape, but it's a class X cube. And this can help you if you don't have a lot of these or if you don't play a lot of these different classes. Then in terms of these yellow badges, they're pretty much like your Rising Badge 5, but ours is called Weapon Badge 2020. You can use that in this certain shop. But another plus side to this is that you can get almost everything from this, and I will stress that heavily. Because 3135, it kind of revisits the fashion stuff. Now, on the free side, you notice that they also give out an Enhanced Cap +1. So, on this side as well, you can choose another one of these. So, for most of these mission passages, they've been giving at least 2 of these. And as long as you actually hit the tier level. So for 30, for example, I can get 1 factor catalyst, and then for this one, I can get another factor catalyst. By the time I went through 3 of these mission passes, I should be easily able to make Ether Factor and or Mana Rev. And these are strong because guess what? They can be used on certain fodder pieces or stuff that would be a pain in the butt to just try to make physically, but with this pop item, you can make it 2 times easier. So, there's all these things. And not only that, something like this, you can see that you can choose between one or the other. However, if you go back at a prior stage, you would see that you could choose one or the other. So, you can either try to account lock some stuff, or you can go for the other thing that you didn't get. It depends on your goals, and it depends on if you have multiple characters. Not only that, the same can be said with the hair. So if you look at the hair, you can get both of the hairstyles that are in this mission pass. So you can see that one, and then you see this one. When you go to the very end, it's gonna, at the gold tier mission 34, you have to choose the one or the 2. But the thing is, you get to unlock both of them. It's just that if you want to try to count lock one of them, you're gonna have to choose one or the other. In terms of the costumes, it's like you either get to choose one or the other as well. This one has 4 of them, so you won't be able to get all 4 of these costumes. You can get at least, like, maybe if you have a bunch of female characters and you really like the female outfit, you get like one of these, or like the white one, and then you can also get the black one. Or if you want to do a mix, like get the white one and then the black one, or the both of these later on. Well, like, yeah, you can get both of these, all that good jazz. So the entire point of this is that there's a lot of plus sides on the Japanese side because it gives you everything. It doesn't force you to go for one or the other most of the time. And not only that, it just gives you so many good stuff, keys and EX boosters and these capsules that are actually used for endgame, or at least you could sell these things. If I show you what the market looks like over here, I think prices will most likely jump because it's not as hard to make. Let me show you what an ether factor looks like, and let me do it for a unit specifically. You can see that this is going for 26 mil. 26 mil. And this has a Reverie Catalyst, but like 26 mil. I can get an easy 26 mil if I really want to do it. Or if I wanted to just sell Factor Catalyst. That may not be as expensive. Factor Catalyst. 7 mil. Easy 7 mil. What is it? Let's go to the Reverie. Reverie shouldn't be that bad, but unlike Global, we don't have the triggers, and that's going to be mentioned in a separate video. So, if I go over here, yeah, Reverie Catalyst isn't as bad. So you might not be able to make a profit off of the just selling the Catalyst. You might be able to make a profit off of Mana Rev itself, but let us see. For units, that's in Mana Rev, not that. No, not weapons, units. Oh, it's 26 mil. Oh, okay, that kind of threw me off. It's still the same person. But yeah, it's like you can still make a profit off of it. So there's just a lot of good perks from this alone, and I just have to ask why Global hasn't updated it since you guys hit episode 6. Like, a lot of these goods would be good, especially when the boost week's about to come out with that 20%, and you guys can just start to finalize a bunch of stuff, and you guys wouldn't need to have to worry about buying stuff off the market, or at least like trying to farm as extensively for factor drops or like persona drops and whatnot. You can just have an easy 100%. But that is it. They might be able to update it eventually, I don't know, but it's a bit I feel like it's late for them to implement such a change, especially with how the mission pass is usually. And if NGS is supposed to come out in the spring, I don't know when exactly. It's like it's late to kind of implement these changes. My question is, why didn't they do it? Once again, this been, what was it? When did it release out thing? It was all the way back then in last year, but it's just that, like, I can't really complain much about the Japanese side because of, especially those pop items, those are good. Those are godlike. I was able to make so many Guardian Souls because of it. I can easily make more Guardian Souls because of it. But, yeah, why? Why don't they give you a lot of ways to get these rainbow keys? Like, even though Sega hands them out, Sega hands out rainbow keys on our end as well. So not only do we get like a stable 3 because of the mission pass, you also get more rainbow keys on top of that. So there was a time when I had like 8 rainbow keys. Like right now, I actually have 3 from here. What else? Because of the event that we had too, there's a lot of keys just sitting over in my system storage. A lot of keys because of the event that we just did. There's like 3 right here. I got 6 rainbow keys. And then what's actually 7 rainbow keys. And then I have more of them most likely in my storage as well because I can't read this stupid text because there's a bunch of rewards over here that I haven't picked up. So, yeah. Like, I already got all my characters to like a level 100 with most of the respectful classes. I did a stream for that. It's just that why aren't they upgrading some of this stuff? Like, they don't need to get rid of all the fashion stuff. No. Like, they're doing a smart move, especially with some of the old AC item stuff, like the cast parts and some of the accessories. But at the same time, why do you have a lot of tribe boosters when you can only pop, like, that same type for... You can only pop that one type. So if it's a tribe boost, you can only pop one grade of that tribe boost. Why not give them an EX boost of various different grades? Why not change the fucking boost item? Like, why do they have the... melee and the might regular one grade ones that it's anyways, some of it's a rhetorical question. I got a feeling to why they might have done it, but still, regardless, those are the differences. I decided to make this separate video for this just to point it out. Let me know what your thoughts are though. Put it down in the comments. Any question, comment, concerns. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.